Good morning, everybody. Victor here. We're in Tampa Bay once again. We got Ryan Morey back there.
What's up, guys? Cheers.
Here's a face you guys have never seen before. Michael Ortega, the Lazy Angler. So I'm gonna have both their channels linked below. Michael is from the Clearwater area, right?
Yes, sir. Right around the corner.
And Tripletail is his specialty. So we've been talking on Instagram for like a year now, right?
Close to, yeah, at least 6-8 months, yeah.
And he's been sending me pictures of giant tripletail. He's had days where he's caught 18, so I'm very excited. It's something that we don't really get on the East Coast a whole lot, especially in my area, so let's hit it. Let's see if we could get on some tripletail.
Let's go. All right, so what we're using here today, got a nice large shrimp, 2/0 circle hook. You can use bait hook, whatever you want. Got a little small split shot. I actually like a little bit smaller than that, but that's what I had today. So we're gonna use it. Taking that, pitching it just up current of the buoy. Right now we've got current coming at us. So I'm just doing a little flip right at it. Gonna attack it and work the line. Sometimes you'll see them sitting right on the surface. That's how most people fish them. We like to blind fish them too, so we're working the line right now, trying to see if there's any sitting at 5-10 feet down the line, and waiting for that tap tap. And then if we feel that, we're gonna stick them. Try not to catch the buoy.
Or a catfish.
Oh, we're gonna catch catfish.
Like I just caught. I caught a nice
catch a lot of catfish. Like a lot. A lot.
Be prepared.
Yeah, like this is Tampa Bay. it's catfish central.
The main thing we're fishing today is buoys or any type of structure, and Mike's got a bunch of line of buoys that he has marked, but this is all the growth on them, and you'll get shrimp, crabs, all sorts of little critters and crustaceans, and the tripletail use it to their advantage. Not only do they hang around the buoys for their own defense to try to hide from predators, but there's all sorts of life on those buoys, and they'll use it to feed. A shrimp is gonna flow by, he's gonna try to get on the buoy, and then a tripletail is gonna come by and pop him. So I just got myself a stingray. Michael's got himself a cat. Both things can do some serious damage to you if not handled properly.
You know, if this was a fish that I wanted to keep, it would have released itself by now. It's like you sit there and you...
Why are all the fish that can stick you the slimiest fish? That stingray is also super slimy.
You know, that's how it goes. Took off like one. Nah, pretty sure it's catfish. Sick bite.
Sick uni on this one. That's my second not to break by the hook. Oh no, that's a fish.
What?
Either one. Chill on it just in case.
Probably a ray.
Catfishy, but
Feels like a ray. It was on the bottom.
tripletail fight about 4 different ways though. So.
Oh.
Hooked ray. Doesn't it make you feel
wow,
good
there's a lot of rays
here. You can't figure out what it is, and then it's because it's snagged. You're like, oh, that's why I couldn't figure it. Right? Give it a second, I'll get.
All right, guys, check this out. Hold them up, Ryan.
Woo! Let's go. My first keeper tripletail. Welcome to Tampa Bay. That's all I can say. We fished the exact same buoy for a good long time, and finally, you know, I made a cast and I just feel doink. I'm like, oh boys, I got another catfish. Mike goes, nope, that's him. And the fish just suddenly starts rip and drag. I don't know how much, you know, content of that made it into Victor's video, but awesome fish, super stoked. Prehistoric, sharp spines, sharp gill plates, and just a mean but also beautiful fish.
How big did it go?
So this one's 26 inches.
26.
That's just a stud. They got to be 18 inches to keep. Can't ask for anything else, man.
I was not recording any of the fight on my GoPro, but if you guys want to see it, it was an absolutely epic catch. Mike put us on them, and you guys can check out Ryan's video. His version of this video is going to be linked below. I think we're going to catch more, but way to start the day with a stud fish.
I can't promise another 26. We're gonna get another one. 22 plus, that's the goal. 22 plus all day.
Let's go.
So as we're riding around the bay, one thing that we look for is anything floating. Because you got to think it's a basically giant desert out here, and tripletail, like any type of structure they can find.
Even these, like I feel like
Yeah.
I'm on yours. Or
I got a stingray.
Yep, I'm on you. So that's not helping you. I'm gonna stay light just in case it grows.
He grew into a bigger catfish. Oh man,
more like
that's
them.
a real one.
That's more like the catfish I'm used to getting. Oh, nothing like tangling with a cat.
Thank you so much for unhooking my cat.
The same day as the bonnet head.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because I seen that. The
Yes.
big,
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Dehooking job.
Thank you, Ryan.
Catch a triple tail now.
If I catch a 10-pound cat, it's coming home.
It just turned on.
Oh my gosh. We just saw one on this buoy. I cast it out. I don't know if he saw my shrimp, but he was right on top of the buoy on the surface.
come back around. Can't leave.
It goes to show you really got to make a lot of casts at these fish, don't you?
And this is a buoy I've literally never fished before.
Yep.
So much for top secret spots. We just found this one riding around.
So they could be, you know, up top. They could be kind of suspended. Oh, here he's on. Yep, that's him. That's him.
All right, do not get him tangled and let.
He's on. He's on. He's on.
You're on the big camera.
Okay, guys. First triple tail for me of the day. Not sure if he's gonna be a keeper, but still sick
Yep.
to get one. I'm just kind of babying him.
Oh, yeah,
They actually come up and
Oh, they'll jump.
yeah, it's kind of wild.
Heck, wild. He is gonna be right on the borderline.
So he actually ate this like 10 feet down on the buoy line. Such strong fish. We don't have a net today.
Who needs
As we
nets?
discovered earlier with Ryan's fish. Big saltwater crappie right here.
Yeah, he's gonna be a little low, a little small. Put him to sleep. The little ones play a little nicer with the putting them to sleep game.
Whoa, hey, I got it.
Caught
We got
one.
2 triple tail thanks to Mike.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd say 17, 17 and a half.
Yep, 17 incher. Still cool. Top fin, bottom fin, and then the regular tail. We're gonna let him go. There he goes. Do not do that. They will cut you open, wide open. They got really sharp gill plates, so you gotta be super careful holding them. Or when you're dropping them all over the boat like I was. The way we've been approaching these triple tail all day, pretty light reel, Shimano Stratic, 15-pound tough line braid, 20-pound fluorocarbon tough line leader. And then you get a little split shot depending on the current. We've been fishing real small split shots, probably like 1/32 of an ounce or a little bit more. You kind of like cast it at the buoy at different locations and you just let it drift along the line. Like that triple tail that I just caught was about 10 feet down. Mustad beak hook. I'm gonna have all this stuff linked below and you guys can save 20% off all Mustad and Tough Line products. Use my code LANDTRUCK. That's the braid, the fluorocarbon hooks, and everything else you guys have seen in the video. Oh, shark. Bonnethead, huh? Another one, second one of the day. You never know what you're gonna get in this milky water right here.
Not milky, it's rusty.
Rusty. Hello, Mr. Wannabe Hammerhead. Say hello. Hi. To the land shark fans at home.
Hi guys.
Delicious.
They are delicious.
Delicious.
You guys have seen us eat them before.
Comment below if you saw that video.
Comment below.
Oh, Ryan's good. He's a good hype man.
For real, he knows it all.
And the reason we're not keeping a lot of these things like the catfish and bonnet heads is not because they're trash fish, but because I'm going to Alaska next week and Ryan is probably gonna donate some of his triple tail, aren't you?
I'm gonna probably donate the whole freaking thing to. I'm gonna donate the whole thing to the land shark community because I'm Team Lamb Shark and I like my friends to succeed.
That was so kind. All right, guys, our day is definitely coming to an end because we are surrounded by storms. You look everywhere, it's gray and it's about to pour. I mean, it's gray up there, it's gray over there. So we gave it our all. Big thanks to Mike once again for taking us out.
Anytime.
You guys check him out on YouTube, Lazy Angler, Michael Ortega.
I'll have a video up of this by 2023.
My man. All right, we'll catch you guys back at the dock. So I'm gonna start off by giving a huge shout out and thank you to the man behind the camera, Ryan Morey is the one who caught this fish. He's the one who went on the trip with me. He has his own channel. So I didn't post the catch of this fish on my channel, but you guys can find it on Ryan's channel linked below. We had a really killer time. Ryan has been killing it on YouTube, and I remember when I was at his subscriber count, all I wanted to do was just make videos and share it with you guys. So if I could support him in any way, I'm gonna try to do that. He's my best friend, so you guys seriously check out his channel. He just got back from the Marines serving our country, so if you don't do it for that reason, do it to see this fish. So you guys check out his video linked below.
I'll be happy to have you guys.
Just super rugged animal. I mean, there's nothing like friendly about this fish. You got this razor sharp gill plate. You got these massive spines. You guys see these fish just kind of float on top of the water, and they kind of make themselves look like a piece of structure. They kind of like play dead, and it's a super cool defense mechanism they have. I was telling you guys in the video how they're always different colors based on how big they are. Check this out.
You know, you have a triple tail hanging out down here too?
That's a baby triple tail, and you guys see how bright and yellow he is? It almost looks like a leaf. That's what they do. They kind of camouflage. They kind of just drift around, and they just, it's how they evade predators. They make them think they're just a leaf or a stick floating around. This, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, which you guys can do right here on the screen, Land Shark Outdoors, recently Dexter showcased this brand new knife, which is not available yet, but it's going to be available in 2022. This is called the Dextreme, because you have your standard blade on one side, but you have the Tiger Edge, the sawing blade on the other side, which is a perfect knife to use for this fish. Filleting fish that have super thick scales, and this fish is probably the scaliest fish you can find in Florida next to a tarpon. It's kind of tough, it dulls your blade. So a lot of guys, like I know the Louisiana boys, they like to use tiger edges just to fillet all sorts of things like redfish and sheep's head. This knife has it all. You got the tiger edge on one side, the regular blade on the other. So it's gonna make for getting through the scales of fish much easier. So I'm going to use the tiger edge side to get through the scales of this triple tail. One of the toughest fish to fillet. Now that we're through the scales, now I can fillet it regularly. Get my knife on the triple tail spine. Loosen up that head meat. What this fish really reminds me of, if there was a giant saltwater crappie, it would be this fish right here. I mean, look at that. Come on. That rib cage is massive. So we got over that rib cage. And you don't want to miss out on the next part, because you know we're checking the stomach of this fish. All right, look at that beautiful slab of triple tail. Gorgeous. Look at how much of this fish is dedicated to the rib cage. Every fish that is prominent crustacean eaters, crabs, shrimp, lobster, snapper, grouper, triple tail, sheep's head, hogfish, all have massive rib cages. They have that one thing in common. What has this triple tail been eating? Stomach is right here. What? Dude, that's a fish, isn't it?
There's a shrimp head.
Yep.
That looks like a nice fillet.
Yeah, it does look like, oh my gosh. Tell me that's not a baby flounder or something. Doesn't it kind of look like, you guys comment below, what do you think this is? I mean, it kind of looks like the head is right there, there's the spine, and then there's the tail. It looks like a baby, or maybe like a baby filefish or something. Mr. Triple Tail, it is time for your final swim. Look at this and tell me this is not a gorgeous piece of fish. Super thick slabs on this triple tail. We're gonna do a little black rice, kind of like a mango coconut curry style sauce, and a little stir fry veg to go along with our triple tail. I'm gonna walk you guys through the entire thing. Back pot, I got my rice water going. We got 2 cups of water boiling. We're gonna do 1 cup of black rice. You guys have seen me cook with black rice a couple of times on the channel now. My buddy James, who's a chef, taught me about this stuff. It's a meaty, it's like the potato of the rice world, I would say. It's got like a graininess to it. I really like it. I think it's full of flavor and it's something different you guys can try at home. So we're gonna salt this up, cover this, and that's it. And then it's just like regular rice. Over here, we got a saute pan. Curry is something that's actually really easy to make at home. I think a lot of people think it's intimidating because it's kind of out of their comfort zone, but a good curry to me always starts with ginger and garlic and something like a shallot or a red onion or a white onion. Gonna go in with some shallots. Shallots are a real crisp and sweet version of an onion. They don't take as long to cook. How you liking this new cameraman we got here? We're gonna keep him? Is he gonna stick around?
It makes me feel like I'm useless.
No, you're number one.
Like I don't have anything to do.
My
How
kitchen
about-
cook would have been screwed if you didn't take my buns off. They all got burned.
Brooke saving man's buns one day at a time. One of the beauties and joys of being a South Floridian is we have mango trees everywhere in South Florida. We get to harvest these mangoes, and even if you don't have your own mango tree, you got neighbors with mango trees, so we get way too many mangoes to eat during season, so one thing you can do is freeze them, just like I've done here. Throw some mangoes, and I'm gonna use it in tonight's recipe. Let us season our fish. Salt, generous amount of salt, because a lot of this salt will fall off and a lot of it will get absorbed into the fish, and this is a pretty thick piece of fish. You guys already know what I'm about to say next. Garlic powder, coriander, since we're kind of going that theme, some ginger and garlic. Cook it about 30-45 seconds just until you can smell it. You want that garlic and ginger to release its aroma into the oil you're cooking it in. Tomato. Shallots got a little more color than I wanted, but they're fine. They're gonna taste great. Back to the fish. Some freshly cracked pepper. Tomatoes cooked down. Now here's where you can go two ways with a curry. And there's literally thousands of different ways to make curry. But this is gonna be kind of like the core base of our curry, right? I'm going to blend it. I'm looking for a really silky curry. You could certainly have all this stuff just, you know, flowing in your sauce, but that's not what I'm going for tonight. So if you have a food processor, blender, or NutriBullet, whatever it is, take your tomato, your shallot, your garlic, your ginger. That's in there. If you were to take raw tomato, raw shallot, raw garlic, and ginger, it would not be the same. It would be just too many strong conflicting flavors. When you cook it, it kind of breaks down and everything just marries together. For sweetness, we're gonna add some mango into this. I'm gonna put this in here, okay. Coconuts are a fatty vegetable. They're actually full of fat. Fat is flavor. It's gonna round out all of these flavors and really help to incorporate everything. Beautiful. Start with about that much for now. Turmeric powder, we're gonna add a little bit of this in there. So we don't really have any spice in there. So I just added a little bit of chili powder and a little more salt. So I've been slowly adding a little bit more dry spices. I added some cumin, some chili powder. I have a guest that's coming tonight that doesn't like spicy stuff, so I don't want to make it spicy for him. Because you never know what people mean when they say spicy. It could be hot or it could be really spicy, but chili powder and cumin are pretty mild on that scale. Okay, black rice, done. Curry, done. Non-stick pan, pretty high heat, medium high. We're gonna go in with some avocado oil. And we're gonna do a high heat pan sear for our triple tail. And then in the wok here, also pretty high heat, add some oil. Triple tail, only season one side going into the oil. And we're gonna cook it on that seasoned side 7/8, 3/4 of the way through. Wok nice and hot, we got some asparagus. Orange and red bell pepper gonna go in. We're gonna do a quick stir fry, just salt, pepper, and a little bit of oil. Uh-huh, you see that crust forming? That's what we want. Okay, we're gonna hit our veg. We're gonna hit our veg with some salt and pepper. We're gonna flip our fish now, and you guys check this out. There's that brown crust that we wanted to develop. Beautiful. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Ryan just asked me how long for the cooked fish, but you really don't know. It's more of an eyeball. Don't overcook your fish. You're not gonna get sick eating raw fish. That's not medical advice, but I eat worms out of fish and I don't get sick. I'd rather eat a little bit of raw or a little bit of rare than I would overcooked fish. So we're gonna just finish it off with a little knob of butter. I'm just gonna let that kind of cook the underside of the fish. Make them swim in that butter bath.
Yeah.
So the fish is like 90% of the way cooked, but it's gonna finish cooking as we plate actually. We're gonna go down with our curry first, right in the center right here.
Do you want me to?
Smack the bottom of the plate, kind of get it to go around like a perfect pizza pie. And down with our black rice. We got our asparagus, orange and red bell pepper, and you guys can see that they still have their crispness, which is what I really go for. You just get all those contrasting colors. It just makes you that much more excited to eat. Now we're gonna do a little bit of basil, some freshly cut basil. Just kind of sprinkle it around. We got some pea tendrils for garnish. We're just gonna dress them with a little bit of rice vinegar for some acidity, with honey in there for sweetness. Kind of just toss that with our tongs real quick. Mango coconut curry with black rice with a little asparagus, orange and red bell pepper stir fry. Our pan-seared coriander, garlic powder, salt, pepper, triple tail with a little pea tendril garnish. Dig in, guys.
It smells amazing already. Like it's already a ridiculous amount of aroma. And again, we cooked lunch earlier and I said I felt like I was ruining Victor's masterpiece when I cut it up. And again, I do. Let's give it a shot.
This is your fish too, so it's a special fish.
And she is delicious. They told us it was a she. They told us the biggest triple tails are females.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But it's so the curry, it's a very, very mild curry. It's not entirely spicy, but you get that curry taste. So especially if you're not a fan of spicy food, this would be perfect. The fish is big and flaky. It's honestly, I'm gonna liken it mostly to, I would say it's as close to cobia as other fish that I've eaten. It's been a long time since I've eaten a cobia, but it's not as big and flaky as grouper, but it's cooked to perfection. Definitely not overdone or anything like that, but you get the sear on the outside. It's a perfect mesh of flavors. Another successful land shark catch and cook.
Wouldn't be possible without you, brother.
Cheers.
This fish would not be on the table without Ryan right now.
We do not get triple tail very often. We've only had it a couple times, and definitely this is the biggest one we've ever had. So these giant chunks of fish, not dried out whatsoever. Victor cooked it absolutely perfectly. The curry is amazing, but excellent, excellent fish. And you cooked it. This whole plate is beautiful and it tastes just as good as it looks. So good job, Vic.
As beautiful as you, baby.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That was good. If you like the romance, like the video.
Romance isn't dead after. Thank you, Ryan. Romance is not dead after 10 years.
Love it, love it. Hey, y'all, I'm Cam. Absolutely incredible. So I'll tell you what, last time I had triple tail was in the Keys. So my wife Chelsea is from the Keys. We're blessed enough to go out and fish with some of the family friends that she has. And it was a little while back, right around the Cape there. We got a decent medium-sized triple tail, nowhere near the size of this one, I'll say. Well done, guys. But I'll tell you what, the way that you cooked it and the way that you seared the flavor, and I can taste every bit of the seasoning. Everything in combination is incredible. So well done, guys.
Awesome. Happy to cook for you, man.
Very well done. Happy to be here.
That's what I like. I want as many people at this table as possible. Seeing people come and go and sharing stories and, you know, We've met so many different friends on the water, and this is what it's all about, and this is what this sport is all about. You know, fishing brings so many people together. To think 2 weeks ago, Brooke and I were in California with people we've never met, all over fishing and this fish. So like I said at the fillet table, thank you TRIPLETAIL for blessing us with your life. That's all I got for you guys. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.